What's going on, everybody? It's Pito, aka PT Sports 84, back with another NBA 2K26 official roster update video. I apologize to those that watched the last video with no audio. I didn't realize that the audio did not sync, so sorry about that. Just going to do a quick run through of today's update. So we actually got the official player scans that were previously missing from patch 2.0 added into this update. So now we have the official faces for Dylan Cardwell of the Sacramento Kings. So you can see Dylan Cardwell there. Now has the official scan. Moving over to the Dallas Mavericks. Those that go into the draft classes know that Brandon Williams was already included in the draft classes, but not added into the official roster. But here is Brandon Williams of the Dallas Mavericks. We have Tamar Bates of the Denver Nuggets, including tattoos on him. What's good is Tamar's hairline, I should say, was actually hard to replicate with a cap. So glad that he has an official scan in the game now. So that's good. Kevon Harris has his scan added. He was also in the draft classes previous. So if you exported it from there, you could get it earlier than waiting on this update. But there's Kevon Harris. And then we have CJ Huntley of the Phoenix Suns added in as well. So you can see an official scan for him. And he has the dynamic hair also. We did not get David Adelman or Brian Keefe added as coach scans. Those were actually likely going to be added to the opening night roster that comes out on Tuesday. That's where 2K will add any remaining missing players, such as any two-way guys that sign on, or let's say a veteran makes a roster that's not already in 2K. Let's say, for example, a like Dennis Smith Jr., for example, because I know a lot of people have asked in the comments about him. If he was to make the official roster, he would be, of course, included in that opening night roster coming out on Tuesday. Also, to keep in mind, teams are now updating their websites with heights and weights. So there's a lot of adjustments coming to 2K. Specifically, what I found odd, if you go to the Charlotte Hornets, pretty much like most of their roster is 1 inch shorter because they're doing it without shoes. But a couple guys like Con Knuppel, who measured 6'5" at the combine, is actually 6'4" on the website. Brandon Miller is 6'6", LaMelo 6'6". It's just interesting. Some other teams have done that as well. So hopefully those will get added in time for the opening night roster, as well as some coaching staffs updated as well. Some coaches need to get removed and some added. So we might see some movement there. I don't know. Position changes won't go into effect until the first ratings update, as it's been the same every year for like the past 7 years, that those don't get adjusted until the first ratings update. We do have some transactions that are not included in this one. News broke about Spencer Dinwiddie and Chris Livingston this morning. Obviously, Dinwiddie here on Charlotte, and then Livingston on the Bucks. But those were not included in this update. However, guys like Alex Antetokounmpo, that has not gone official yet, so that's why he is not added into the game. Pretty much, if you look at the NBA transaction wire, once that goes official, then 2K will actually be able to officially add them. Or in the case of RJ Lewis, they removed him in this update, and then Jemai Mashik of the Memphis Grizzlies, Memphis Hustle, got removed because he was in the default roster previously. He got removed previous as well. So any players not included in the NBPA agreement under the licensing scope of that are not included in 2K. For the retro players, it's either sign with 2K, sign with the NBA, or sign with the MBRPA under the NBA licensing agreement. So that's how that works. So those complaining on why Legends aren't in and things like that, they have to legally sign first. A couple transactions were added to this one. Ty Washington curiously got a two-way designation for the Clippers, so it looks like it's probably going to come down to him and Patrick Baldwin for who gets the spot. I'd assume Ty's probably going to beat out Patrick Baldwin because they need more guard depth more than they need forward depth as of right now, but we'll see what happens. Some other transactions in the roster. Of course, the biggest one is Russell Westbrook now with the Sacramento Kings. That is a big move for them, as that had been rumored for a while. So now that's official. But that's basically it for the update. Not a lot of stuff. Malcolm Brogdon retired, so he got removed. But he's still available in the free agent pool as their rights stay in the NBPA for the rest of the season. So we'll see what happens there. Still have the bug in 2K right now that does not allow contracts to be edited and does not allow free agent pool players to be added to the game and that have their contract either designated to a two-way or have their contract terms edited either. Those bugs are UI bugs that have to get fixed via patch. So the earliest that will likely happen is patch 3.0, which is the beginning of December, unfortunately. It's a bummer because it really kills all the motivation for all of us as roster makers to get accurate rosters, because now we have to use 2K's roster. I'm going to use the opening night roster as my base, so I hope everything is updated by then. And then we could just do, things here and there as needed. But until that's fixed, any players that are on two-way designations won't be able to be added because there's no way to change that on the official roster as of right now. So that's a bummer, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hopefully we get some shoes updated coming up in the next few days once the patch officially hits tomorrow. I know the Tatum 4s and some others are expected to be in, so we'll see. But until next time, thanks everybody for watching. Take care and stay safe.